Throughout the year, the Junior League of Santa Barbara takes on several volunteer projects aimed at making a difference within our focus area of improving the lives of at-risk young women and combating exploitation and injustice in our community. There are special circumstances when we tackle a much larger project, something that will take a number of months or years to implement and will leave a lasting impact in our community for generations to come. We call this a signature project. Our Focus Area Committee spent this entire past year researching and conducting a needs assessment for Santa Barbara County. They developed 3 project ideas for the board and membership to consider.
We knew our membership wanted to take on something big, something that was meaningful and impactful. They were eager to tackle one of the community's greatest needs. As the research progressed within the 3 projects, we made productive relationships with our district attorney's office and other agencies, nonprofits, and community leaders who are doing important work for at-risk young women and to combat exploitation.
Through our research, we learned that human trafficking is a major problem on the Central Coast, and that our youth are particularly in danger of being lured into the world of commercial sexual exploitation. It's shocking to many, but Santa Barbara is a hub for sex traffickers and our children, especially our fosters, runaways, and homeless, that are especially vulnerable to this crime. Santa Barbara County is a natural corridor for trafficking activity with tourist attractions and conference venues, a transitory population, and migrant labor. We are an affluent community with a high number of foster youth and runaways. Furthermore, there is a lack of affordable housing for these youth and a general lack of community awareness surrounding this awful crime.
As we learned more about the risk and rewards of each project, we started to become highly interested in the most challenging project, because it is aimed at filling our community's greatest need with respect to these children.
We heard it couldn't be done, not in Santa Barbara, but we knew that it needed to be. And we stayed the course to figure out a way to make that happen, and in a cost-effective way.
We are honored to announce that the Junior League of Santa Barbara's signature project is called S.A.F.E. We will work to facilitate the opening of a 6-bed shelter designed specifically to provide trauma-informed therapy and housing for victims of sex trafficking. With only 18 beds in the entire state dedicated to young women who have been sex trafficked, opening a 6-bed home will make a significant difference in getting these girls rehabilitated and keeping them from running back to their exploiters.
The most exciting part is that we found a successful shelter model to replicate. We'll be partnering with Chris Hart of 4 Kids, 2 Kids. They open an extremely successful shelter in Ventura County that provides a safe, rehabilitative environment for these young girls. But they're full, and they continue to get calls each day from law enforcement and other agencies looking for rehabilitative shelter for these victims. We will work to locate a long-term home rental and to fundraise the shelter startup costs, an amount that we are confident our donors will help us achieve. Once open, Chris will implement the staffing and therapeutic model, and the shelter is financially sustainable.
This model was the key to figuring out the puzzle. No one knew how to accomplish shelter for these children who'd been exploited. But once we found the shelter in Ventura County, everything fell into place. We are going to get this done, and we couldn't be more excited to be the catalyst for change in the lives of these young women.
Yeah, I think that every child has the right to feel safe, feel loved, feel nurtured, and feel respected. Everybody has the right to feel that they matter.
The Central Coast is actually a corridor. We know the 101 runs through it. We have a connector out to the Central Valley. The traffickers were savvy to the fact that they could set up in Santa Barbara County with victims, and they would go relatively unnoticed.
I get through it. I get through each day. I take step by step. Like, I used to try to plan ahead and everything, but I can't plan ahead. It's like you don't know if there's a future coming, so I just take step by step. It was late at night. I was under the influence of GHB.
It was hard because I was younger. I didn't know what was going on around me.
One of the extraordinary things about Junior League is how relevant they are, how they get out on that ledge, they take that risk, and they make a difference on issues that are important in our community now.
The biggest problem is, where are they going to go? Where are they going to get treatment? What are we going to do for this person and meet them where they are with the kinds of services that they need, which can be very complex.
How do we do it well? How do we ensure that the truth is being told?
We thought if this is one thing that we can do, we can provide a very important service and a safety net to a population that right now gets shuffled around quite a bit.
It's our job to provide good homes.
Mama Chris has gone through a lot herself, so she understands a lot of us and what we've been through.
A lot of us kids, we've been through a lot, and we want to go to a place where we feel safe. It feels like this place is like family to you.
We need to nurture them. We need to give them the therapy. We need to give them the life skills, because without that, there's no way that they're going to be able to springboard into independent, self-sufficient young women.
I feel really motivated when I'm here. I just feel like I can do everything.
Oh, I plan on going to college. I want to get my PhD, but I want to start first just getting my registered nursing.
I tell every one of these girls every day, more than once a day, that you know what, you're here, you matter, you count, you could be whatever you want to be, and more importantly, that I love you. I think that if we can just let these kids know that they're not going to go out there and they're not going to look for it out on the street.
Once again, the Junior League steps up, takes a leadership position, and says there is human trafficking, it's happening in our county, and we're going to take responsibility to stop it.
The Junior League has looked to a model that's successful in Ojai, that's working. And this is one of the beautiful things about our collaboration, is not reinventing the wheel and trying to do something new and something different, but actually looking to a model that has already been created and successful, and simply providing the support to get it up and running, and then knowing that into the future, it's sustainable.
I think there really should be more homes like this. I just feel like this house has a lot of love. There's a lot of hope and security and just really good vibes in the house. And I like it.
If everybody is just willing to give a little bit, we can make a difference.
I've gotten really far, and I know that I'm going to go much further.